Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. Today I have a pick a image reading for you, and I'm very happy to be doing this pick a card or pick an image reading for you. Today's reading is going to be your message from the universe. You're here for a reason. You clicked on this video for a reason, so these messages may just resonate with you and your specific situation. If you're seeking advice, if you're feeling confusion about something, if you're looking for a sign, this might be definitely beneficial in terms of whatever it is that you have on your mind. I have 4 images that you can choose from. First one is going to be the cobra, second one is going to be the bear, third one is going to be the killer whale, and fourth is going to be the eagle. Choose the one that you feel most drawn to. You can choose your power animal. If any of these animals have been resonating with you recently, then definitely go with that. But as a general rule, choose the one that is calling out to you the most, that is resonating with you the most, that is pulling you in the most. If you're new here and you don't know how this works quite yet, like I said, pick one of the 4 images and head into the timestamps or the chapter bar section below to jump to your reading. It'll tell you when your group begins. I hope you enjoy this reading. As always, this is a general reading, so only take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. As for anything else, what else do I want to say? Yeah, keep an open mind, and this definitely could resonate with the question that you have in your mind or the situation that you have in mind. I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get started with those who picked the cobra animal. Hello everyone who picked the cobra, group 1. Let's get started. First off the bat, there is definitely an energy here of youth, exploration, and new beginnings, also excitement, inspiration, business, schooling, career. As you can see here, you do have the Page of Pentacles, so you could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but this could also just be you feeling like the new kid in town or the new kid in school, especially next to the 6 of Pentacles here. It seems like you're trying to improve your life, gain mastery in something, and this is because you want to succeed. You want to build a good foundation for yourself and for your future. I do feel like your relationships and your friendships are important in the situation that you have in your mind. If you're feeling confusion about something, about how to move forward in something, it likely has to do with your friendships, meaning not necessarily that they are a central point in the situation, but that they will certainly help you to continue on forward in the right steps for you. It could definitely be a friendship also turned into a romantic relationship. I am seeing that here with romance coming through, so there's definitely something here about a friendship and romance coming through, but somehow all of that intermingling with your desire for financial success and for just success in your career, in your chosen field. Yeah, this is so interesting. Movement showing up for you. So yeah, I'm feeling like you are like the cobra, you know, that S kind of shape. Interesting how the river is also shaped like a little bit like a snake or a cobra. So there's a lot here about your energy wanting to move forward and you trying to guide that in the right path. And I do feel like the people around you are going to be helping you with that, especially with the 6 of Pentacles here. The 6 of Pentacles is typically about giving to people in need or helping others in need. But next to the Page of Pentacles, I really feel like there's something here about the people around you helping you also. And I feel like it could even be like an older sister, an older cousin or something like that, a more experienced friend or a friend of a friend or a friend's family member that can really help you out with this business venture that I feel like you are trying to begin. Group 1, I feel like you are a very modest person in a way. Like, you're very humble. You don't really, I don't feel that you are boisterous by any means, but you really want to succeed. You have a lot of ambition and drive, and I don't feel like you show that to everybody. You might be like the kind of person that people think are just kind of like a wallflower, but you inside, not necessarily the case for everybody, but inside you have a lot of drive and fire and passion in you, especially with the 5th house here. And interesting how romance is showing up again. So I feel like, you know, especially with the radiance here and movement, I feel like you're really coming out of your shell, Group 1, with the Cobra here. And I feel like you're also, you know, getting to a place in yourself where you do have that powerful sting, if you will, or you almost have that poison, but I don't feel like you're using it for a negative way or in a negative way. You have that poison. You're really gathering up strength here with the Page of Pentacles. You're growing and you're entering the real world, and you have this understanding. You have a really balanced and practical understanding of the real world and what is going to be required of you in this next phase of your life. You know that you are meant to do something. You can feel it in your gut, and you're just trying to maneuver yourself in your life and your energies properly, just like that S in the snake image and this river image, so that you can hit your mark. Yeah, look at this. Enthusiastic, voyager, adventurous. Some of you might be thinking of traveling as well. Some of you maybe are thinking of starting a business regarding like people's home life or real estate, or maybe like STRs or something like that, where you are able to do something that you love and can support your desire to travel. You have this very determined air about you. And I think that you're just wanting the reassurance that you're in the right path, and the reassurance that what you're feeling is in fact something worth listening to, something worth going for. Does that make sense? And I really feel like it is, especially with the radiance here being so bright. Like, you need to follow what makes you happy and what makes you feel the most powerful. And I do feel like, although I don't know exactly what it's about, it could be regarding your career. You're just heading into this place where things feel really good. You feel like everything's kind of falling into place, but keep in mind though that in life there are ups and downs, and you might just be heading into your, you know, your prime or your peak, but afterwards, you know, things slow down and obstacles come in the way. Typically, unless you can prepare for that properly, you likely will experience I want to say like a trough at some point. But you're right now, I think that maybe in the past you have gone through your low point, but now you're like going up that curve or that mountain where you're finally going to be able to experience flow and momentum going your way. And I do feel like you are in the right path. I feel like there's something that really excites you right now, and maybe you're not sure if you're gonna, you know, be able to complete it or to finish it, if that makes sense. But I feel like you are actually very much so solidified or set on this thing, on this goal that you want to achieve. And I do feel like it's the right path, and I feel like you exploring it will lead to even more awareness and understanding and awakening in your own life and in your own personal goals. You know, I do feel like you're going to have this understanding of the bigger picture as you move forward in this path. Does that make sense? I hope so. If it does, give this video a like or a thumbs up and let me know, because I really feel like you're at this beginning of your journey and you have a lot of energy and you feel like you have what it takes, but you know that sometimes you felt like this in the past and nothing really happened. However, I feel like now is your time, and if you can hone, you know, those energies in a positive way, this is your destiny. Like, you really can achieve what you want out of this. I think that this next step is the right path for you, is the right step for you. So don't question yourself too much. Follow that passion, follow that radiance that this thing or this person makes you feel, and enjoy it. Enjoy it, enjoy the friendship, enjoy the connection, and trust that, you know, your intuition and these positive feelings that have been pulling you in this certain direction has a lot to do with, you know, where you're meant to be, where you're meant to go. All right, group 1, so that is your message. Hopefully that made sense. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions or anything like that, I'd love to hear about it. See you later. Hey group 2, let's get started with your reading. I'm just going to take a moment to read this. In the meantime, watch the video that I'm going to put up here of your cards up close, so you can kind of see them and what the little quotes are saying on the cards. Right off the bat, I will say that the messages have a lot to do with the end of summer. We are going into fall. I think it's already fall, or it is going to be fall officially in a few days, and that is definitely coming up here with the sun and the coffin next to each other. It's the ending of summer, right? So sun and then ending in the coffin, ending of summer. So we're going into fall, and I am feeling like spring has something to do with this. So it could be from the time period from fall all the way to the end of spring, or up until spring. And I feel like you are definitely pulling back your energy in a lot of ways. A lot of you are artists, and maybe you are going to kind of, again, pull back your energy maybe from social activities or from your more recent habits or ways of life. You're kind of changing that and really focusing on your craft for a lot of you. You're looking for ways to evolve in it. You're looking for ways to grow in something. And you're feeling very inspired about something, or maybe even someone. You're a lot like group 1 in a sense, where you are very much so dedicated to your craft, your talent, whatever it is that you want to achieve. There's something here where you really want to focus on that more. Success is coming up here, and purification. I'm also seeing that there are 2 suns here. Sun here in this deck is being, essence, energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity. And then you also have this sun. So you're getting 2 suns, and for me, especially with the sun earlier coming up as the end of summer, I feel like whatever it is that you have been stuck on, all of that is going to improve quite significantly into fall and into spring here. So in the next couple months, you'll see a lot of improvement, especially if you're feeling stuck on something. Prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than on having what you want. Yes, and next to wisdom here, it's definitely a lot about grounding and humbling yourself. I don't know, I'm feeling like there's like this learning energy happening for you. Group 2 with a bear. You know how the bear kind of goes into hibernation? And look how this guy here, this caveman or whatever, is drawing on the caves. And obviously bears are known to hibernate in caves, and then they hibernate for winter, and then they come out. I don't know when they come out. Spring, maybe? Summer? Something like that. I know they hibernate for winter. But I'm feeling like you're kind of in that same type of cycle, but yours is different. I don't think that you're necessarily hibernating for winter. I think that you might be hibernating for fall or spring, or you're preparing for a future period into your life by hibernating now, or maybe you are in hibernation right now and you're just coming out of it the end of summer. It could even be the opposite of that. But it certainly has a lot to do with your project, the target that you're trying to hit, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. It has a lot to do with that. Some of you are, again, artists. You could even be, you know, playing the violin. But notice how she has a paintbrush and a little easel here. And is it an easel? I forget what it's called. But she has that little paint thing. Wow, I'm a terrible artist. I don't even know what it's called. I need to start painting more. And then also notice how he is painting on the caves. So some of you are working on this project, this art project, and whatever it is that you're working on, even if it's not art per se or not a painting, it could be even painting your life or creating your life. This upcoming season has a lot to do with it. So again, it could be taking your energy away from, you know, your social life and then really focusing in on this art project. And you could also be watching group 1 because I feel like both groups have a lot of similarities. But it's like you're ready for the next phase. You're ready to move forward. Or maybe, you know, for some of you, this could even be a break from that. Maybe you've been really into this project or whatever it is that you're working on. And now it's time to take a deep breath and, you know, take a little bit of time off from that and go back into yourself and kind of relax and just enjoy it. Instead of being so formal and organized and structured, now you get to have this sort of free flow. However, with the Saturn here as wisdom and discipline and structure and time responsibility, I feel like it's actually more of you ending certain habits, ending certain lifestyles. Maybe, again, taking back your energy from your social life and putting it more into whatever it is that you want to achieve, this higher goal, this bigger goal that you want to achieve. You finally have that motivation and that focus and that energy to continue that. Right? Because with the Saturn wisdom here, I feel like it's definitely talking about you really putting forth your best foot forward and disciplining yourself, taking responsibility. And taking yourself more seriously. I know there's a saying that says, don't take yourself so seriously. I understand that, but sometimes it does help to take yourself and your craft and your talent seriously, because if you don't take it seriously, then it's always just going to be some kind of hobby that you don't do anything with. I feel like you actually want to do something with it. Sorry about that, my camera died, but yeah, right now is a good time for you to take those talents more seriously. I feel like you'll have a much easier time with it than you have in the past. That is your message, group 2, for those of you who picked bear. It's time to get out of hibernation and put your best foot forward to achieving your higher goals and taking yourself more seriously. I hope you have a great evening or morning or afternoon, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, group 3, for those of you who picked the killer whale, I'm going to go ahead and put in up close of the cards here right now while I look through the energies and get a general sense. But right off the bat, I am seeing that certain insects and animals are coming through here, specifically the dragonfly and the butterfly. And yes, even the hare or rabbits or something like that, whenever you're seeing these animals and insects, specifically the butterfly and the dragonfly, then universe is trying to communicate with you that you are on the right path and to pay attention to what it is that you're thinking about at that moment. For sure, it's like a synchronistic energy that I'm feeling with these butterflies and the dragonfly. Okay, Hermit here, Virgo. You could be a Virgo, but more than anything, I'm feeling like this is about studying, intense studying, serious studying. Some of you could be in college right now, heading into college maybe, but you are certainly studying something seriously and deeply. There's an energy here of seriousness when it comes to knowledge and the search for truth and understanding, with the Hermit here next to the Tower. And there's also an energy here of doing it because you want to help people. You're trying to get a better understanding of something because you're trying to help people, but also you have this balanced energy about you. This balanced, I want to say, aspect of your personality where, despite the seriousness of whatever it is that you're studying, some of you could be into science or something like that, or history even, maybe a little bit of both, astronomy perhaps, but despite the seriousness and the depth of what it is you're studying, you still want to have fun, and there's an essence of enjoying your life and enjoying school. I feel like you really appreciate and enjoy academics. I'm very curious what you think though, group 3. Why is academics suddenly coming up for you in this reading, especially with complexity here? I just feel like there's something complicated and complex about academics for you, or some kind of organization, whether it be the government or some government organization, or some wing of some branch of the government is coming up through here. More than anything though, there's also something here about newness, new beginnings, new start and wisdom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, and the hare and the oak, new opportunities. So you're definitely getting something new coming up in your life. And I feel like for some of you, this could have something to do with your education or some kind of desire for one. Yeah, with the 2 of Wands here, that could certainly be possible. Maybe you're like faced with this decision regarding your education. I feel like you might be a very logical person, especially with the Hermit here, but you're starting to really tune into your own feelings and your own emotions, which might be new to you, but this is going to help you with your decision. You're probably going to face you're probably going to face a decision, or you are facing a decision. And I feel like you tend to try to solve your problems using logic. And maybe you're stuck right now because what you really want, or what you can really benefit from, is to tune into your emotions instead, your intuition, your feeling body, and ask yourself what it is that really makes you feel, in balance, cheerful, excited about something. Whatever the decision that you're making, you can make it even better, or you can make a better decision by, really reflecting on yourself, what you want, and feeling and visualizing yourself thriving and happy. Because you tend to do things for the benefit of others. I think that you might be like a service person, you're service oriented, and while that's great and that probably has a lot to do with your purpose, there's this energy of needing to, listen to a whole other part of yourself. There's this energy of needing to listen to a part of yourself that maybe you haven't listened to in a long time, or maybe ever. It's so new. It's like you're discovering yourself. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're discovering yourself. You could be a Virgo, you could be a Cancer. It doesn't have to be, of course. Some of you could even be, honestly, like coming from a place of, how do I put this? Repression, self-imposed repression, sexual repression possibly, and then wanting to explore that now. Or maybe you come from a very strict culture when it comes to sexuality, and maybe now you feel like you want to come out of that and kind of push the boundaries a little bit. Because I'm feeling like the sense of opening up for you, especially with this lotus flower here, unfoldment. So some of you are dealing with something related to your sexuality and kind of coming into yourself and into your own skin and accepting those parts of yourself. What I'm saying is it feels really, really new, especially with the lily here and the tower next to each other. It feels like it's new. And you are faced with a decision, you're kind of hesitating a little bit. But regardless of what it is, whether it has to do with sexuality or not, or education or not, the all-encompassing message is that you, instead of using your logic, while that is certainly important, that is where you kind of lean for the most part and naturally lean towards, is using your logic. Now is the time to kind of get into your heart space and your emotions. And I feel like that's the new part for you. To ask yourself what you want, what would make you feel happy, what would make you feel cheerful. Because with the balance here with the dragonfly and the pansy, like I feel like you need to balance yourself. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe this is you needing to use your logic more, because maybe you've been in your emotions so much and you're always, in your feeling body, and maybe you haven't been using your head. Maybe you've just been leading with the heart. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. My name is literally Kim times heart. But there are times when we need balance in our lives, and this is just calling for balance. So whether you're the person who needs more emotion or more tuning into your emotion, or whether you're the person who needs to use their heads and their logic more and to be more practical, your task right now and your message from the universe is to create balance within yourself, because this new start and this new opportunity is only going to happen in its highest potential, to the point where it will lead you to cheerfulness and success and all that stuff, if you are coming from this balanced place. If you are not repeating the same cycles that you have been repeating in the past. Now, if you can open yourself up to becoming a new version and a better version of you, the version of you that you know exists and have always existed, the more balanced version of you, the one that is not making impulsive decisions all the time or acting from a place of hurt and trauma and pattern, when you're able to make decisions from that place, which I think that at this point in your life, you have that capacity to change. You now have enough knowledge, you now have enough wisdom and experience to act in a different way, a way that is still you, that is still coming from your essence and your core, but in a way that is less hindered by ego, in a way that is less hindered by, again, your past unconscious beliefs and patterns and stuff that are no longer serving you. With the reflection here and the Hermit, I feel like you've done the work, or you are doing the work, and you've done enough to the point, like I said, that you can actually, change. That you can actually act from a place where you are not falling victim to, once again, these unconscious patterns that have kept you in the same cycle for so long. You are now in this like Wheel of Fortune moment where you have this new start, you have this new opportunity to create really amazing balance in your life, especially as you move forward to this next chapter. Group 3, those of you who picked the Killer Whale, if you are faced with a decision, especially a mounting decision, or a seemingly insurmountable decision that you feel stuck on, follow your heart. Literally, trust your gut, trust your intuition. Take a moment to think about what it is that is important to you, what it is that you want, what it is that you've always wanted, and maybe put on the back burner because of your service to others. Or because you always kept putting others before you. That is your message for those of you who picked the Killer Whale. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope this message resonated with you and that you got something out of it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Last but not least, for those of you who picked the Eagle, let's get started. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me, and let's get started with the messages that are coming through for you from the universe. I'm going to put obviously a video here up close of the cards, and in the meantime, as that's playing, I'm going to tune into some of the general energies that I'm feeling here. Lots of bird imagery. So birds could be, your symbol or your spirit animal, your power animal at the moment. Eagle could be your power animal. I'm also seeing here stork. But birds in particular are showing up for you quite strongly. For me, birds mean either just your siblings, your friends, your peers, gossip, some kind of talk around the town, hearing something from the grapevine, whatever it is, with the stork here as well showing up. And obviously a stork being a bird, there could be some kind of chatter about change, chatter about you, chatter about some kind of drama or something, chatter about something about music or something like that, but definitely some discussion about change, some discussion about something new, really, and it could have something to do with, again, your peer group, your group of friends, your ex circle of friends maybe, or someone that you're in connection to, someone that you know but don't necessarily hang out with on a daily basis. It could also be, literally conversations about the world and talking about maybe like the recession, or people being afraid of the recession and how to prepare for that, or talking about a new technology, fighting about politics or whatever it is that's happening in the world that people fight about. But the Five of Wands here in the birds, there's definitely an energy of like arguments and disagreements and stuff like that. Let me show you that up close actually, so you can get a sense of it. Okay, so this could be something that you're honestly dealing with right now. This could be something that you're dealing with in the past, but Group 4, for those of you who picked the Eagle, there's a message here about you being the bigger person. If you're experiencing some kind of disagreement or something like that, you are being called by the universe to take a step back and be the bigger person. Look how harmony is showing up here as well. You could be a musician. This could also be a message of using music to help you through this time, maybe getting back into music. Some of you could have been musicians in the past, or maybe music was a bigger part of your life in the past, and maybe that has stopped for whatever reason. I feel like that is being called, or you are being called to kind of return to that at this time. With the Page of Swords here, there's definitely someone that is thinking about you, or you are thinking about someone. There is definitely potentially someone who is spying on you on social media. That's kind of what the Page of Swords for me is about typically. I'm not really getting that energy though as strongly in this deck. But with the Page of Swords, maybe you're not used to these people. Maybe you're not used to certain people and how certain people behave or something. It's almost like a new thing for you. Like you kind of confused about why people act a certain way. There's a sense of that as well. Maybe, this is so weird. And it's not funny, it's really not, but maybe you are on the spectrum or something where your social skills are a little bit different than others around you, and maybe you don't know that. Maybe you felt you didn't understand that the way that you perceive certain social cues, or the way that you behave in certain social situations could be different from others. And that's why you're kind of like, why is this so weird to me? Why don't I understand this? And honestly, it could also be a situation where you're just not surrounded by the right people. Notice in this card, there is an angel. While these boys are fighting, or like, you know, just fighting with sticks, it's nothing serious, it's just sticks. But there's an angel, right? I feel like someone is, or not someone, but more specifically something, an energy, is guiding you to people or an environment that is better suited for you. And with the ebb and flow and harmony here, if you're going through these disagreements, if you're questioning your circle of friends, or if you're questioning where you're at right now and what you're doing right now, it's almost like you're being called to change something in your life and to end certain things. You could be a Taurus. Aquarius is coming up here. But I'm feeling like if you're feeling disrespected, if you're feeling like you don't fit in all of a sudden, if you're feeling like just things are a little bit off, things have changed, things have shifted, and you don't understand why, and you're not feeling very good about it, it's because, you know, it's time to move forward. It's like that season has ended for you. Graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Devotion and dreams fulfilled. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Some of you could be dealing with people who are putting you down and making you feel like you are not capable of achieving your goals. And that could be why the stork and the birds are showing up here. It's like, you know, there are new people. There are people out there for you that can support you. And it'll be tough to end certain friendships and relationships that are no longer serving you. But for others of you who are resonating with this, it looks like that's the right path. Like there's a reason why you're no longer feeling good around certain individuals or a certain environment. Harmony and music here showing up. I mean, it goes without saying, like, you're meant to experience harmony in your life. And the ebbs and flows happen to bring that about for you. And there's always going to be ebbs and flows in life. And I feel like maybe you're fighting the natural ebbs and flows, and thus creating disharmony or feeling disharmony or causing disharmony in your life. I feel like you just changed. There's something in you that has changed, and I feel like you feel that on a deep level or a subtle level, maybe even, that certain people have no other role to play. Like, the time is up with the connection. It's almost like I'm feeling like you're an outsider, or you're feeling ostracized or something like that. I'm also feeling like maybe some people are jealous of you. Some people are jealous of you, or someone is keeping you down. They want you to stay small, or they want you to stay the same, but you want to grow. You want to become this Aquarius innovator energy. You want to become the bombshell. But they're making you feel as if, no, you always have to be this person that I'm so used to. Group 4, for those of you who pick the Eagle, you have a lot of potential. And it's really up to you. You can stay the same, or you can go with the ebbs and flows of life. And if you're feeling judgment for following your heart and trusting your intuition and going where you feel the happiest and the most excited, then I think that it's clear as day that they're the problem, unless you're hurting other people. And it's showing me that you're not. You actually have this option to be gracious and benevolent, and you have devotion. So I'm honestly already sensing from these cards that you have a good heart, you have good intentions, you have a good head on your shoulders. And just because you're pushing the boundaries or whatever in this specific group of people doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that some of those people are not ready to change. They're not ready to see you change, because maybe that kind of, shows them that they've been afraid to branch out their whole entire lives. But you want to push the envelope a little bit, and I honestly don't blame you for it. I'm feeling like this very subtle awakening in you, subtle fire coming on, and it's just only gonna grow. And to be honest with you, you can deal with this matter with graciousness and benevolence, and don't let them bring you down any further. Be the bigger person. Treat them with respect and kindness. Don't lash out at them, but just do whatever the hell you want anyways. Do whatever the hell is best for you. Because I do feel like there are jealous people here. And trust in the invisible. I was trying to get to that earlier. You've got the angel here watching these 5 boys fighting. And then you have this trust in the invisible, the snail and the huckleberry. So there's a reason why you're feeling called to certain things. I feel like you're being guided. I feel like this is synchronistic. I feel like whatever it is that you're going through, it's not a coincidence. If you're seeing something, if you're seeing signs, if you're seeing butterflies, if you're seeing certain flowers, if you're seeing music, or if you're seeing certain birds, there's a reason why these things are showing up for you. And whenever you see these symbols that you have been seeing lately, it's because the universe is trying to communicate with you, trying to tell you that I've got your back. There's a reason why you're feeling this way. You should follow that. I'm here guiding you, watching over you. Trust in the invisible. A lot of you maybe are losing faith or hope, but you're definitely seen, and you're definitely heard, and you're not forgotten. You don't even have to be religious to feel and sense and understand and know the magic that exists in the universe. Some of you, maybe you believe in music, just listen to music. Classical music, is coming up here. Harp, guitar, violin. Very interesting. I said violin in the last talk, so you could be watching both. But music can definitely help you in this point in your life. Okay, group 4. With devotion and dreams fulfilled, I do feel like you're going to hit the target or the mark eventually. But certain people, certain environments have to go. Whatever is causing your soul to feel disharmony needs to go, and you have to honor yourself enough. And don't be scared, because you've got people watching over you. And again, with the stork and the birds, if you're afraid of losing friends and being alone, there are always going to be people who are going to be coming into your life who will be good for you and will teach you things. And there will be friends too. You'll meet new people. I really feel like that. Like, you'll find your group, and maybe it'll be lonely for a while, but I do feel like if you do, leave a toxic friend group, you're going to be better for it. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, your message here is to trust in the invisible, that you are being guided. There's hope here with the butterfly and the snowdrop, and trust in the invisible. You're being guided. Pay attention to those synchronicities. Pay attention. It might be even just someone keeps bringing up something, and then someone else brings up something, and you're starting to pay attention. Like, for instance, for me, someone kept bringing up a certain place. Years ago, like, someone just kept, I had a friend who went to this place, and then I went to go shopping, and then I looked at the stuff that I bought, and I found that a lot of the stuff that I bought was made in this place. And then I kept hearing about this place in the news, and then there was something about this place that kept popping up and showing up for me, and so I ended up going to that place, and I ended up really liking it. And then I eventually ended up moving there, and I wouldn't regret it. Like, I felt like it was the right place for me to go, and I knew it was the right place for me to go because everything was just so perfect. Like, it all happened easily. It all happened easily, and everything just felt like perfectly. All the puzzle pieces just happened, or like all the puzzle pieces just fell onto my lap, and they all fit together perfectly. You know what I mean? That's how you know when things just flow easily and pieces just fall into place perfectly. That's how you know. And I feel like you are kind of experiencing that a little bit and kind of confused about that, because it'll require some change from you. But it's definitely showing up as a good option. So take it as you will. Always trust your intuition. This is a general reading. I do believe that you know the right option and the right decision to make. So I trust that. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening or afternoon. And thank you for watching. If you enjoy this, give this video a thumbs up. And I'm very open to suggestions down below.